What's up, issue? For today's video, we're a full Swinub evolution team. So we got Swinub, Piloswine, and Mamoswine. Now we got the abilities Oblivious, Snow Cloak, and Thick Fat, which are pretty cool. I'll be using the normals and the shinies to make up a full team of 6 and using all the abilities that this evolution line has. If you want to check my streams out, people, that is on twitch.tv/PIMPNITE. The link's in the description of the video. And let's get into it now. There should be a double upload tonight, if I did it right, and I was able to have the time. There should have been a random egg team earlier on. So if you haven't checked that one out, make sure you do. It was a return of a, an older series, which people seem to, very much enjoy. Now, the first Pokemon we got here is going to be Swinub, and it is versing a Mienshao. My opponent is also running a theme team here as well, so if you can guess what that is, leave it below in the comment section. Okay, so we got Endeavor, Ice Shard, Protect, and Avalanche. This set is based on making Swinub possibly be going last or, living on 1 health. So I'm going to go Protect it just in case it has Fake Out. Instead of using Fake Out, it used Reflect. So like, that sucks. I could use Avalanche here. That could be an option still. Or maybe I should go for Endeavor. I thought about this for a little bit. I was like, well, if I go Endeavor and use another status move and it doesn't put me on 1 health, that'll sort of be bad. So how about I just go for Avalanche? So now it's going to go for a U-turn there, and that's definitely going to put me on 1 health. So like, okay, that critted me. I don't think that crit actually mattered anyway. Now, this Swinub's EV spread, if you were curious, was max attack and max speed, and I gave it Adamant Nature too. The item, as you can see, with Focus Sash, and the ability is going to be Oblivious. Oblivious is very cool. So in comes Mr. Rhyme there. I'm going to pour a little bit of ice cream on it. Didn't do a lot of damage. And now it's going to throw up a Substitute. The only good thing in this matchup, right, is I've got Endeavor. So that is a way to actually break this up. I like how Swinub sort of runs around a little circle there when it does the Endeavor attack too. So that's going to be breaking this up. Mr. Rhyme's going to go for another Substitute. It's like, maybe it's trying to get like a Pinch Burr or something like that. I don't really know, but I know what I have to do. I've got to keep breaking this, the Substitute, right? So Mr. Rhyme's Substitute is going to be destroyed for a second time there. And now Mr. Rhyme is going to go for a Rapid Spin Disrespect KO. Now, it is going to boost Rhyme's speed, but I wonder what sort of strategy they had there going with Substitute and Rapid Spin. So the effect is gone now, which is good, and I'm going to bring in my Piloswine. So this was a troll set. I had only 3 moves. I had Fissure, Rest and Sleep Talk. So I wanted to only roll Fissure or as best as I could right now. There's a pretty good chance because when you throw in another moves there, there's a more chance of getting another move. So I thought, well, it's going to be a 50-50. So Mr. Stash is going to go for a Substitute here, and it's going to eat a berry, and that is going to be a Citrus Berry. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, a Wiki Berry, and then it was confused with I know what they're doing. So if you don't know, Mr. Rhyme's got the ability Tangled Feet. Now, this is I don't actually think I've done this ability team before, but I actually really want to. Maybe someone can suggest that. But anyway, if I haven't, what Tangled Feet does, it actually grants you evasion only while you're confused. It's a very, very gimmick ability because, as you can see, you can hit yourself in confusion, so you may not even get a chance to make use of it. So anyway, we got into Mamoswine here. It's a special set. I've got Earth Power, Blizzard, Ancient Power, and Hail. Now, we've got the EV spread as max speed and max special attack, and we've got Tip Nature. I've got Icy Rock as the item, and I've got Oblivious as the ability. Oblivious is such a good ability. The Piloswine before had Thick Fat there, so that was kind of nice, like a bulky Everlight set. That was max health and max special defense, if I didn't mention that already. So Mr. Stash is going to get attacked there by the Ancient Power, and it is going to break the Substitute as well, which is going to be very, very handy because I need to get around this. Plus, I get an Ancient Power boost, which is absolutely awesome. I'm just having a look at my phone at the moment because I'm getting something, some food delivered at the moment. So I have to see if I can get this video done. Otherwise, the food person will come up and I'll be narrating the video and they'll just be like, what? Well, I'm narrating. It'll be amazing. Like cameo from like the delivery person. Anyway, next Pokemon's going to be Jealous in here. I'm going to throw that Hail up. So it's raining a little bit of salt at the moment. Now, what I wanted to do, since I had Ancient Power, I thought, well, I might be able to get like a Mamoswine special sweep. Now, the Jellicent's going to throw up the Trick Room, and Mamoswine's going to kind of be relying on speed to go first. So that's a little bit of a shame there, but it's okay. I've still got a bit of bulk. So a little bit of damage to Jellicent from the Hail, and now it's going to be a physical set, and it's going to be using Waterfall. And I nearly said Water Gun there. I've got to admit, I nearly said Water Gun. So that didn't do that much damage, only because of the Ancient Power, and I went for Earth Power, and that did really good damage, but then Cursed Body kicked in, which means I can't use it again. I'm like, that really, really sucks. So now I'm sort of forced, well, I can't go for Earth Power. I have to pretty much go for Ancient Power because Blizzard's not going to do anything unless I get like a freeze act, right? So here comes another Waterfall on my Mamoswine, and I'm going to be going for another Ancient Power here. Now, I know it's not going to do as much damage as Earth Power. It was still alright though. I was pretty happy with that. So some more damage to the Pringle stash, and it's going to go for Strength Sap. I was like, man, now it's going to get all of its health back. So since I was running a special one, but I did get a boost in attack there, so it's going to get all of its health back regardless, right? So now I'm going to go for Ancient Power again because that's all I can really pretty much do to Jellicent. And the funny thing is here, I got another Ancient Power boost. I'm like, wow, that's really, really lucky. Should I go for Dynamax right now or should I not? Now, I was on a smaller amount of health, and I was thinking whether I should do or not. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. So now Jellicent's going to go for a dive. It's going to hide underwater. So it's got dive and waterfall, which is curious. Now we got the move not being disabled. I can't do anything because obviously I'm going to go first. And here it's going to go for a dive here on Mamoswine. And it's not going to take it out. So I've got an opportunity now to go for a Earth Power on Jellicent. Will it take it out? I wasn't really sure. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for another Ancient Power boost. It might go for dive again. And it's going to go for Trick Room again. So I still believe I wouldn't have taken it out with Earth Power. Like, Mamoswine's special state is very, very bad, and Jellicent's special defense is good. You know, it's got good health and good bulk there. So it's going to go for a Waterfall, and Mamoswine is going to go down. I mean, I possibly could have gone for Dynamax there, but I didn't really want to. I wanted to get like a better matchup there, maybe doing a little bit more damage. But that's okay. It could have gone for Strength Sap as well, so that was another thing I didn't want to waste Dynamax on. So bringing in my Piloswine here, you've seen it before, and it's going to take that Waterfall really, really well. I went for Fissure this turn, and the very first turn that I used it, Jellicent's going to go into the center of the earth. You know, first Jellicent into the jellyfish into the center of the earth. So bye-bye. And then, of course, I got my Move Curse body. It's like, well, that pretty much sucks because that's my only attacking move. Next Pokemon to come in is going to be Mienshao. Now, earlier on, we seen this use Reflect and it used U-Turn. So we haven't seen it actually do anything else. Now it's going to go for Calm Mind. I'm like, what? So it's got like 3 status moves there. Sorry, it's got 2 status moves and U-Turn. So like, that's kind of interesting. I wonder why it's got Calm Mind and U-Turn for. So I don't really know at this stage. So I've got the Swinub, the second one. This is a Choice Bandit set. I've got Icicle Crash, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Superpower. So I went for the Icicle Crash in hopes that I'll be able to take it out. It's somehow just lived and got a baton pass off. I was like, wow, that was I don't know whether that was like a low damage roll, but man, that was a lucky leave if it was. So next Pokemon to come is going to be the Center Scourge, and the Trick Room, of course, has run out. Now it's going to go for a Mystical Fire. So this is like a special attacking Center Scourge. So it got given a +1 in special attack too. I don't know whether this has got like, I don't know, choice specs or something like that, but I was thinking, well, I could have always bring in my Piloswine with Thick Fat. That'll power those Fire-type moves down. Now it's going to go for the Bug Buzz. That's not going to do a lot of damage to me, but it did get a special defense drop. I was like, man, that's really lucky too. And now they're going to get a boost from Throat Spray because it wasn't Specs, it was Throat Spray. So I have to land a fish here, and I did. 2 fishes in a row, exactly when I need them. So first Centipede in the center of the earth too. It's turned into like a fossil. Maybe like it burned if it was like that hot. I don't think there'll be anything left of it. Next Pokemon to come is going to be Sealo. You don't get to see Sealo very often. So I know Mienshao can't really do a lot of damage because all it's got, we know that it's got 3 status moves, you know. So it's got the Calm Mind, it's got Reflect, and U-Turn with his only attacking move. The other one was Baton Pass. So that's not a threat at all. Unless it was able to pass off another move, which I don't think it's going to be able to because it's only got a bit left. So I went for Fissure on the Sealo, and of course, it's not going to work. And now Sealo's going to go for a Max Steel Spike here. Now, I've got no idea what move. I mean, I have sort of an idea what move that could be coming off. Maybe, I want to say Gyro Ball, and that's going to boost its defense. Now it's going to go for another one here, and that is going to take out my Piloswine. So bye-bye Piloswine, but a solid effort there, though. That really took out 2 Pokemon that I need. Like, it took out that Jellicent, and it took out the Center Scourge. Especially Center Scourge. That was a fairly scary Pokemon if you took out the fact that I didn't have any Thick Fats, Pokemon still alive. Next I'm going to bring in is going to be Piloswine number 2. This is a Hail, Mudslap, Sand Tomb, and Rest set with Snowcloak ability and Bright Powder. So Snowcloak's pretty interesting because you can get that nice little evasion, and it's going to be pretty nice. So I've got the Bright Powder as the item too, and that's going to stack very nicely with Snowcloak. So I was hoping I get a couple of misses. Once, of course, the Dynamax had already gone. So it's going to go for a interesting move there. I'm not really sure what that was. I know it was some sort of rock-type move, but who knows? It did do a lot of damage though. I'm thinking that's a physical set. So it's used Gyro Ball already. and it's used a rock move. But once again, I'm not really 100% sure, but I've got a feeling just due to the damage, right? So for Sandtomie on the Sealo, it's going to spin right round, baby. And what I was hoping is I could trap it in and take it out. Now it's going to go for a defense curl here. So after seeing defense curl, I'm thinking of this as rollout because that's a rock type move and it used it earlier on. So I think that was a definitely a good guess there earlier on. So some Sandstorm damage and some Sand Tomb damage at the same time. I'm going to go for Mud Slap here. Now Mud Slap is going to drop the accuracy of the Sealo. They can't swap out either. So hopefully I can get some rollout misses. Hopefully. Otherwise, if I get swept by a rollout Sealo, I'm going to have to quit Pokemon. So solid performance and damage there from the Sealo. And it's down to around half health now. So things are going all right. A couple more turns, it should be down, you know. Now, I've got rest on this set too, so I can always go to sleep, but I don't want to do that just yet, because say if I go rest here, and then Sealo starts, like, loading up on the rollouts, like, I'll get hit very, very hard by those, like, those later ones there. So some more damage on Sealo. It's the most times it's spun around its lifetime, except maybe when it's trying to catch a fish or anything like that. And it's going to have Sheer Cold. That's another move. It's not going to do anything to Piloswine, due to my ice typing. So at this stage, Sealo is going to be completely stalled out here by my bulky mud slapping Piloswine. So I really got to counter them very nicely there. So going for Sandtomie just for some extra damage because it is doing more damage than Mud Slap. Not by much though. And here comes another rollout and there was another miss. So that's going to be the end of our friend Rolling Stash or Rolling Sealo. I'm going to finish it off with a Mud Slap. It felt good, I can't lie. And that's the end of the Sealo. So very nice crit there on Mud Slap. Now I've got one more Pokemon left after this, and it's going to be a Mamoswine. That's probably one of the best sets I got on my team. But I did add a little bit of fun into it. So swapping out Piloswine here, saving that one just in case this was some sort of countering set, and I went into Mamoswine. Now the Hone Claws is going to be the move the Thievul uses, boosting its attack and accuracy. So this Mamoswine was a Icicle Sphere, Fury Attack, Fury Cutter, a Bulldoze set. And I'm thinking to myself, well, at this stage, I'm just going to go for Dynamax and go for like a bug move off Fury Cutter. That'll be nice. And that'll do like heaps and heaps of damage to Thievul because that thing has like +1 attack. It might be hitting pretty hard. And I don't really want to Dynamax my Piloswine because it's not meant to be Dynamax, that set, when you look at the moves. It's relying on Mud Slap and Sand Tomb and all that sort of stuff. So here we go. I know I'll be able to outspeed it too. It's going to go for Tail Slap. Like, wait, I didn't outspeed it. So Tail Slap goes first. So I want to say this could be something like a Scummy King's Rock set. Something along those lines, because obviously Tail Slap isn't 100% accuracy, and that's going to be enough to take it out. Like one shot, that was all there was. So bye-bye Thievul. It's not a very bulky Pokemon. Mamoswine's got a lot of attack. 59 seconds left of the battle here. Now my Mamoswine was oblivious, and it was max speed and max attack jolly nature. So going for the Icicle Crash coming off the Icicle Sphere, and that is going to be enough to take out the Mienshao. And I hope you enjoyed the very first battle with the Swinub Evolution team. Really, really cool Pokemon. I want to say you could easily add a different form of Mamoswine in them. Maybe like a different, or even Piloswine and Swinub. That would be an easy, different form you could maybe do in Generation 9. I'm not sure, a icy area, like a different version of it. What do you reckon about that? Okay, so let's go on to battle number 2. This is against Skylar, and we've got really, really cool battle because this is actually an Evolution team versus an Evolution team. So it's a Swinub Evo team versus a Dreepy Evo team. Now, I have done a Dreepy Evo team already, if you do like that, but it was interesting because obviously I've got the type advantage here, but it was interesting how the battle actually played. So we got a Draco Meteor Dreepy here, a Draco Meteor Dreepy, nice. Dreepy's moveset's very, very limited too. So I'm going to pour a little bit of ice cream there on the Dreepy and it's going to faint in one shot. That's good. That's very, very good. I'm happy with that. Next Pokemon is going to be Weepy. So I think this is Dreepy, Weepy. I'm trying to think of some other rhymes right here. Dreepy, Weepy, Keepy, Meepy. I don't know. I'm not really sure. So anyway, it's going to finish me off with a Infestation, and that is going to be the end of the Swinub. Ishard did pretty good damage there too. Next Pokemon I'm going to bring here is going to be my Mamoswine. Now, this was the Icicle Sphere set. So we're outspeeding Dreepy, and that's easily going to be enough to take it out. I want to say right here that probably 2 Icicle Spheres would have taken, maybe even one. It's not a very bulky Pokemon. Oh, Cheapy, I get it. Cheapy, very good. So, there's all the rhyming nicknames. So, this is Dragapult. It's going to go for a Dragon Dance here. I wonder if this is actually based around King's Rock as well. I don't really know, but Dragon Dance is a 2-hit KO. Now, I don't get flinch or anything, and now I'm able to go for my own multi-hitting move, which is going to be Icefall Sphere. I'm going to need 3 of these to take it out, and the good thing was I did get all 3, which is great. So that would have been bad if I got only 2, because then it would have, taken him out. So bye-bye Dragapult. This is difficult, because there's only, both the Dreepies are gone now, so I imagine that Dragapult was the best set on their team. So I was curious what this would be. And then it's going to pop a Brine just in time, and that's the end of my Mamoswine. Man, that was a good run right there. Now, if Brine gets a double base power boost on Pokemon that are half elf or below. So it's a special set. Bringing in my Swinub now, and it's going to use Protect. It's like, okay, Protect and Brine. I've got on this set the Choice Band, and I went for Icicle Crash. I'm like, okay, that's going to do it. That should take Dragapult out or do a lot of damage. So Creepy's going to swap out there. Can't believe... Oh, Sleepy! How did I not even get that? Man, you're going to roast me in the chat for these ones. So going for Icicle Crash here on Sleepy. Maybe this is a Rest Sleep Talk set. I mean, what gave it away, And Sleepy somehow lives. Like, wow, that was really, really good. And then it got a Curse Body on my Icicle Crash. But then I had an idea. I was like, wait, I can go for a struggle, a Choice Banded struggle only on PIMPNITE Channel. So unfortunately, Sleepy's going to have Willow miss, and it doesn't miss, and I don't miss a struggle, and that's going to be the end of the Drag Cloak with a struggle. Very nice. So maybe it had, I don't know, I'm trying to think what that set would be. Maybe like Hex might have been another good move on there too, like doing like a boosting set, and maybe add Rest as well. I don't really know. Next Pokemon is going to be Sweepy. I actually did a Dracloak sweep very recently, not yesterday, but the day before. And it's going to go for the Dragon Dance, so boosting its attack and speed. It's already a pretty fast Pokemon too, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get around this. Now, I did swap because I was obviously trapped into one move, and I didn't really want to swap either because I had no idea what sort of moves it was going to use, like a Ghost move or a Dragon type move, and it's going to go for a second Dragon Dance. At this stage, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to fate to the struggle anyway, and I think my move is not going to be disabled anymore, so after this. So I'm going to go for the struggle. Struggle's still doing pretty good damage considering. It would have been actually nice to see that without the boom. So Swinub is going to fate in the next turn, and I'm no longer disabled. So they have to attack me this turn, and it's going to use Acrobatic. So that's going to be the end of Swinub. But I still got 3 Pokemon left, which is good. So I thought about this. I could bring in my Piloswine here, because this one actually... it's quite a bulky set. Now it's going to go for Phantom Force and it's going to disappear. So it's got Acrobatics and Phantom Force and Dragon Dance. Now, it's going to have Power Herb. It's like, okay, Power Herb, that'll work really, really nicely. And a miss. Bright Powder kicked in with, I didn't even have Snow Cloak up, so that's awesome. So now I can go, get my Hail going, rain a little bit of salt here. So I know that, Dracloak will probably go for Phantom Force again, because I'd say that's its most powerful move, trying to think of all the physical moves it gets. I did one recently, and that, that's the best move that it gets. So Mudslap's going to miss, obviously, and we got the Phantom Force, hoping it will miss, because I can land an attacking move, and it's going to land this time, so it does a lot of damage too. So Piloswine just managed to live that. It's quite funny that, without the hail that it missed, but with the hail that it didn't miss. I guess that's just, how the Pokemon mechanics go. So now it's going to go for Acrobatics. It missed. You wouldn't read about it. And now we're for the Sand Tomb here. Now, Sand Tomb does some good damage there. Doesn't take it out, but with the hail damage and the sand damage at the end of the turn, that was actually enough to take out Sweepy. So that was really, really good there. Piloswine's ability and Bright Powder coming in absolute clutch there. So we've got 2 more Pokemon left. So we've got Dragapult. So Creepy. Oh wait, Creepy's the last Pokemon, not the second one. And this is going to be the Dynamax Pokemon. So we've seen this one add Protect and it had Brine. So I don't really know what other moves it had at this stage. I'm sure it's got like another move than Brine, but at the same time, it's got a Water type move, which is super effective against my entire team, So that'll be really, really good. So now we got the, I was just trying to think for a second if that was the driver there with my food. I'm going to go for the Max Guys here. Max Guys is going to do some really, really good damage to Piloswine, and that is going to be able to take it out, which is awesome. So now I'm going to got options here. I've got 2 Swinubs fainted. I've got my Mamoswine fainted and my Piloswine. So I've got 1 Piloswine and 2 Mamoswine. At the moment, it just says there's a driver assigned, so I don't even know if this is accurate or not. Next Pokemon's going to be Piloswine here. I'm going to go for the, actually, I went for Rest here. What I wanted to do was to stall this thing out in Dynamax, because it was going to do a lot of damage with the rain up too. So I took a big chunk of damage there, and now Piloswine is going to go to sleep. So what I can essentially do here is completely stall out Dragapult's Dynamax, and then I've still got my other Mamoswine to swap in, which is my special set. So Dragapult's going to go for another Max Guys here. This is its last turn of Dynamax. I was like, is this the last or second? And that does like huge amounts of damage. So it's a clean 2-hit KO. Now the funny thing here is, I was in Dynamax. Sorry, I was versing a Dynamax Pokemon, not in Dynamax, and I went for Fissure and I land on it, but of course it's not going to be affected because of, the power of Dynamax. And that's going to be the end of the Dragapult. So I did my best there, people. Now Dragapult's going to go for a Brine, and Brine's going to be double base power. Piloswine is definitely not living that. Like, that was probably more as powerful as the Dynamax move. Next Pokemon's going to be my Mamoswine. So this is... Oh, this has got Blizzard. I can use Blizzard here, or I can use anything. So I decided just to go for the Dynamax Mamoswine here. Because I was thinking, does this have any other moves than Brian? Like, I wasn't really sure. And with the rain up, it will do, fairly good amounts of damage too. And it's got plus... Wait, no, it would outspeed me, I'd say, but it doesn't have the damage. I'm thinking of the Track Cloak before. But I'm confident I can take this out in one shot. I just want to see how much damage this is actually going to do to me. So here comes Brian. Man, I'm actually really glad that I wasn't at half health, because I'd say I would have lost to that. So I think apparently the other moves on there was like Curse or something like that, and Creepy, the Dragapult, is going to be going down. And that's the end of the battle, a Evo team versus the Evo team. Really, really cool. Actually hope you really enjoyed this one. It's nice to do the Evo versus Evo team here and there. All right, people, I'll catch you tomorrow for some more videos. Stay frosty, and peace out.